Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's a Wednesday, which of course means that it's another book talk video. So in this video, I'm going to be announcing the book club selection that I've made, but I'm going to save that till the end. So for now, what I wanted to talk about, the kind of theme of this video, is books about dysfunctional families. And that'll kind of lead up to the selection at the end. But, which, in saying books about dysfunctional families, I might as well say books about families in general, because all families, it seems to me, have some form of dysfunction. Clearly, some more than others. But we all have those complicated relationships within our family tree that just, are just so much more complex than any other relationships we have in our lives. So we're going to get into that. Oh, and another thing I love about books about dysfunctional families is one of two things will happen. And that's either you will take comfort in reading these stories and say, well, I'm not alone. We're not alone. Other people go through this. Or you will read it and you will say, well, at least it's not as bad as that family. So without further ado, the first book I wanted to talk about is this one, and it's Sins of the House of Borgia. Now, the Borgia family lived in the 1400s, and the head of that family was Pope Alexander. And in recent years, there were two series made. One aired on Showtime, and it starred the amazing Jeremy Irons as Pope Alexander, and it was amazing, and I would definitely recommend checking it out if you can. Sadly, it was canceled after 3 seasons, so it didn't go as deep into the family history as it would have if it had continued on. But it's an excellent, especially if you enjoy historical fiction, which I love. The other one was a Netflix original, I think, and it's just awful. So steer clear of that one. But the Jeremy Irons one, A+ for sure. So this book focuses more on his two children, Caesar, his son, and his daughter Violente. I never know how to pronounce it. I hear people, because of the, their Italian names, I hear so many different people say them so many different ways. So if that's incorrect, please forgive me. So anyway, his two children, it focuses on their highly inappropriate relationships with each other, with other people. It gets deep into the bonds of family and the lengths that you will go to protect your family. And in the 1400s, at this time when there's murder and there's ambition, like bloody, deadly ambition, and it's a very interesting read. It'll keep you up late at night, turning the pages when you should be sleeping. So I would definitely recommend this, especially if you love historical fiction. So next up is Her Fearful Symmetry by Audrey Niffenegger. She's the author of The Time Traveler's Wife, which was also a fantastic book and was made into a movie starring Rachel McAdams and I want to say Eric Bana. This book is about twin sisters, Julia and Valentina, and they are uncomfortably close. Like, they have no friends outside of each other, no boyfriends, nothing like that. They just have each other. They have no interests outside of each other. And they get a letter saying that their aunt, who was the twin sister of their mother, has died from cancer, and she has left them her London apartment. So they pack up and they move in there. And that's when things really get going. Outside of the sisters, there's a lot of very interesting characters. To me, this book really delves into the kind of darkness that can follow families, that can affect who you are, even if you don't know of even if you don't know of the things that have happened in the past, they still kind of embed themselves on you. And there's supernatural elements to it. There's all kinds of interesting characters. I find that people tend to either love this book or hate it. I will say that it does pale in comparison in a lot of ways to The Time Traveler's Wife, which was just such a beautiful story. But this book has its place, and I quite enjoyed it. If you've read it, I'd love to know if you fall into the love it or hate it category and why. So my final selection before we get into the book club book is This Is Where I Leave You by Jonathan Droper. And this, of course, is the movie book cover. Because I actually hadn't heard of this book until I first heard of the movie, and then I heard about how it was a book and how people had really loved it. So I picked it up before I watched the movie, and it's so good, so good. First of all, the movie has an outstanding cast. It has Jason Bateman and Tina Fey and Adam Driver and Jane Fonda and Connie Britton and more. And it's fantastic. But the book is so good. So it's about the Foxman family who are together in the same place at the same time for the first time in many, many years. And it's because their father has died. And at the center of the story is Judd. I think he's the eldest brother. And he has recently, like very recently, found out that his wife has been having an affair with his boss. So he's just a mess, and he goes home and has to deal with all kinds of broken relationships. And it's beautifully written. It's a gorgeous story, and it talks about how no matter how broken we feel that we are, or our relationships with the people who in many ways know us in the most purest sense, how broken those relationships can feel, they're always there. The cracks are only on the surface. Underneath, the foundation is always strong. And I love that about this story. It's also funny and heartwarming and devastating, and I would definitely recommend reading this if you can get your hands on it. So, finally, and pardon me if I sound a little weird today. Spring is here in all of its marvelous glory, but along with it comes just terrible seasonal allergies. My eyes are constantly itchy and my throat is constantly scratchy, but powering through. So the book that I have selected for us to read for our first book club selection, I'm so excited, is by Cynthia D'Aprix Sweeney, and it is called The Nest. Look how gorgeous that cover is. So I chose this one because I wanted to get something that would be fairly easy for everyone to get their hands on if they wanted to participate. I was able to find this one at my local Walmart in the new releases section, in the new releases section, and reasonably priced. You can also get it at Amazon if you can't find it in the stores. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link below to the Amazon. I'll leave one to Amazon.com and Amazon.ca where you can pick this up. Or, you know, you can get it wherever you buy your ebooks if that's how you read. Or, yeah, definitely check Walmart. They had it on for a great price. So, what we're going to do is I'll give 2 weeks for everyone to get a copy. That should be, I think, long enough. So that will take us up to April 27th. So I'm going to put all these dates down in the description as well so you don't have to try to remember. So that'll take us to April 27th, and we'll begin reading then. And then I'm going to give everyone... before I put up the book discussion video, we'll wait until May 25th. So that's 4 weeks. So 6 weeks from now, 4 weeks from when we'll begin reading. That way, too, if it takes a little longer for your book to arrive, you're not, you know, scrambling to try to read. And it affords people, you know, I know you guys are all busy, and, you know, 6 weeks from now until the discussion video. So that gives, you know, even the busiest of us enough time to get through this. So what really caught me when I was just sort of scanning the about, just the reading what it's about, is at the end it says, "The Nest is a story about the power of family, the possibilities of friendship, the ways we depend on one another, and the ways we let each other down." And I was like, I'm in. I love those human interest stories. So definitely check out the links and order your book. Read about the plot and see if it sounds like something you'd be interested in. And I hope you guys want to read with me. I'm so excited. So, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. That way we can, you can be kept apprised of everything going on with the book club. Also, follow me on Twitter. I'll leave that link down below. It's at Pages Polish. That way I can kind of give updates there too, and you guys can get in touch with me if you have any questions or any ideas for how we should do this. And yeah, so we'll talk more about this in 2 weeks when we begin. And yeah, I hope you guys read. Let me know in the comments if you are going to be reading. And I can't wait to talk about this book with you guys. So until then, take care and have a great day. And I'll talk to you guys on Friday. Bye.